Grab your lab coats and your Bunsen burners because we're diving into the world of science. Van unravels a smelly mystery with science wizard Dr. Rob. Talaya gets 3D printing with STEMPunks. And Max throws some hard-hitting questions at Dr. Karl, the man with all the answers.
This episode of Juice TV is proudly supported by founding partner, the Children's Hospital Foundation.
Hi everyone, I'm from Juice TV. I'm your host, Coops, and this episode is all about science. Why? Because it's National Science Week. Science is everywhere, from medicine to mobile phones. To kick off our science show, our favourite scientist is dropping by. It's over to Dr. Rob and Van.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Van, and what was that? I swear it wasn't me. Where on earth is that coming from? I got a great idea. Why don't our noses lead the way? Actually, no, that's a bad idea. That would be so gross. Why don't we just go over to that guy? Half my luck, this guy isn't just a random guy in a lab coat. He's a doctor. Doctor of all things science and other smart things. So, Dr. Rob, you know stuff because you're like a doctor, right?
Sure.
Do you know where these mystery farts are coming from?
What? Oh, those mystery farts. No, I'm afraid I don't know where those farts are coming from. But I do know a thing or two about farts, particularly the fart files.
What are the fart files?
I'm glad you asked, Van. These are the fart files. They're actually some books that I wrote that aren't all about farts, but it stands for Forensic Amateur Research Team. So it's basically for kids who are pretty smart with their science and all that sort of stuff, and they go around solving mysteries. Not quite the mystery of who did the mystery fart, but they solve mysteries using science. And they're pretty fun, and I enjoyed writing them.
So you're a doctor and a writer?
Well, I was also president of the Chocolate Appreciation Society when I was at university.
My fellow unit students, I, Dr. Rob, do declare, as president of all things chocolatey and delicious, that all buildings will be fitted with dairy milk fountains, so we may dance around them and drink from their bountiful chocolatey provisions.
Come on, let's go.
So, Dr. Rob, what do you like most about science?
Excellent question. I think the thing I like most about science is that you can use it to, I guess, describe the way things work in the world. Anything that's a bit of a mystery, like why are chilies hot or why is the sky blue, science can help solve those mysteries. It can help explain those things. And that's particularly important at the moment because it's National Science Week. That's part of the reason I came along to do some experiments for you guys at the hospital.
What are we going to do first?
Well, Van, I figured, seeing as there's so many mystery noises happening today, goes again, I thought we'd start with some weird kind of noises that you can make using science. Now, I thought I'd start with my friend, the Slinky Spring. Not usually known for making a noise. It's making a little bit of a noise there, huh? But not much of a noise.
Yeah.
But if you get something like an empty cup and you put it on the end, have a listen now. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Sounds a bit like a laser or something, because the cup is basically being an amplifier for the noise, which is kind of cool. So that's amplifying noise. Now the next one, I'm going to get you to help me with. How do you reckon you can make noise with that?
Blowing in it?
Yeah, give it a go. Okay, yeah, that's kind of a noise. Try something else for me. I want you to take, I'm going to stand back a little bit. Just grab a hold of it on the end there and give it a swing around. Look at that. Swing it faster. Faster. And slower again. So you can get a few different noises out of this. If you spin it slow, it goes low. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
And that's just because air is actually getting sucked down the big end there and it's bumping its way through all those corrugations, and when air bumps around or vibrates, you get noise. Kind of like the spring was vibrating, you get noise, and the faster it vibrates, the higher the pitch goes. Now my last weird noise making thing is actually just an aluminium rod. How do you reckon you could make noise with that? Yeah, you could tap it and that makes a noise. I'm gonna make noise in an even weirder way. Oh, I'm just gonna need to get some sticky stuff on my fingers like people put on their violin bows. And then we should just be able to grab it in the middle and... Hear that? Makes a really annoying noise, doesn't it? And that's just because it's vibrating backwards and forwards, because I can grip it. And I won't do that too often because my ears are going to really hurt after that. So it's actually vibrating, tiny little vibrations backwards and forwards from just a plain old lump of aluminium. So that's a bunch of weird noises. Now, what I really wanted to show you was elephant's toothpaste, because that's actually in one of the Fart Files books. It kind of goes wrong for one of the main characters, Declan. He kind of gets it all wrong. And it is kind of messy, so we might need to clean some of these things out of the way and then make a mess. You cool with that?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, Van, so elephant's toothpaste. I kind of know why I got that name, but I'll explain a bit of that as I go on, okay?
Yep.
First things first, in here, I've measured in some hydrogen peroxide, which actually looks a lot like water, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not water, but actually chemically it's very similar to water. So water's H2O, and this stuff is H2O2. So it's like water with an extra oxygen, which is just dying to get out. So what we want to do is release that oxygen really, really quickly and kind of make it gush out the top. That's the idea. So you're going to help me. So can you put some detergent in there for me? So just sort of uncap that and just give it a good old dose in there of detergent. Yeah, what do you reckon? I reckon that's pretty good. Do you want me to cap that up for you? It's probably easier. I got two hands going there. You've got the microphone. All right, we'll get rid of that one. Now, next thing, do you want to take the blue and I'll take the red? We're going to put some food colouring in and I'll drip it sort of down the side. So I'll do that side and tilt it over for you, make some stripes basically, and I'll do another stripe over here. This is the toothpastey part of it. Toothpaste has stripes, right? Well, that should do, yep, cool. Excellent, we've got our stripes. We've got our detergent, because the detergent will catch the gas to make the bubbles. Last ingredient is the catalyst. I'm going to measure a little bit of that. This stuff here is basically a salt. Looks just like salt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, they use this salt, potassium iodide, as a food additive. So it's kind of like the salt you put on your fish and chips, but a little bit different chemically. We'll get that out of the way as well. I'm going to mix a little bit of water with that, just a tinge, a bit of water, and that's to help it dissolve and mix quicker. Because when I add this catalyst to this here, we should see all the oxygen released and we should see it caught by the foam and start to rise up and out the top. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm a little bit nervous. Are you?
No.
Oh, well, you should be. No, you shouldn't be. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it goes. Look at that. Whoa.
That was awesome.
That went even quicker than I expected to go. Look, it's still erupting. Woo! That's cool. We've made a mess over there, but that's all right. Look at it go. So they call this elephant's toothpaste because peroxide, not this strong, is also in some toothpaste, as well as, you know, used for whitening people's hair and disinfecting cuts and stuff like that. So there you go. We've got stripy elephant's toothpaste, and I've made a mess. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, that was awesome.
Excellent. Good to hear. Now I got to clean this up.
I can't believe that went so high. Thank you so much, Dr. Rob, for coming in and showing us these awesome experiments.
Well, it was absolutely my pleasure, though I've got to apologise. We never really did get to the bottom of those mystery noises before. Again, I kind of feel like they're coming from that direction.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had beans for breakfast and a cabbage stew for lunch. Ooh, shouldn't have had the Indian and Mexican together last night either. Ooh, it's not going to stop. Oh, whoa.
Dr. Rob, I can't work under these conditions. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's really quite gross. Look, I'm glad you all had fun, but I will see you next time. We probably should go this way, because, yeah. Whew.
Wow, that elephant toothpaste just kept on growing. Amazing! Next up is quick questions.
What do you get when you mix a little bit of attitude with a whole lot of sass and a smile that will light up your screen? Why, it's your superstar host, 10-year-old Cooper Lee.
My biggest achievement is when I started walking after my spinal cord surgery. after I had my surgery, I was taking a few steps, but a few days ago I started actually walking. If I could have anyone in the world come to my birthday party, it would be Dove Cameron. She's a Disney character. She's off Liv and Maddie. She is also off Descendants. She's Mal, and she's also on a lot of other things. If I could go anywhere in the world, it would be Mauritius. Mauritius is one of the Madagascar islands. My favourite movie is Descendants, and Descendants 3 is coming out on the 16th of August.
Unless I get that ember, it's game over.
My favourite song is Here With Me by Marshmello and CHVRCHES.
Every single time I find it harder to breathe, 'cause I need you here with me.
If I was going to a new planet, the 3 things I would bring is my mum, my sister, and my teddy Rufus. I've had Rufus since before I was born. Phew, that's a lot of questions. Let's jump into more science. The next story is about 3D printing. This is going to be awesome.
Hi, I'm Talaya. When you think of printing, you probably think of printing on paper, right? Well, with 3D printing, you can do a lot more than that. You can print toys, houses, even parts of your body.
Oh.
Crazy, huh? 3D printing has so much potential to change the world. And to give us a rundown on this emerging science is Damien from STEMPunks. So Damien, to everyone who doesn't know, what exactly is 3D printing?
All right, well, 3D printing is pretty much just printing different layers to create our own new little objects. And we can create new toys, bikes, glasses, lots of cool little interesting things that we can play around with. Lots of things in the hospital we can actually use. So it's lots of fun, it's easy to do, and hopefully we'll have a bit of fun with it later on.
What is the printer doing at the moment?
Yeah, right, well right now, the printer's printing off a nice little, actually I'm going to let you see what is going to come out in a little bit, but what happens is this plastic comes through, it comes all the way down here and it heats up in this little box just here that I just knocked and I shouldn't have, but I did. And what it does, it heats it up to about 220 degrees. Now, that's just hot enough that it's going to melt it, but not too hot that it's going to burn it. So when it melts it, it can put it into different shapes. And it goes layer by layer by layer by layer, creates an object. It's pretty cool.
Now it's time to do some coding. So Damien, this is where we do all the designing, is it?
Yeah. So if you think about it, all of these shapes that we're designing, they're all come from shapes down here that we can actually have a look at. We just got to manipulate how they actually look and the shape of them, the shape and size of them. Yeah, so it's pretty easy. If I scroll down a little bit like this, like right now we've got a juiced TV keyring. That one's yours. Put it in your pocket. Don't tell anyone I gave it to you. All right. And if I drag this one over like a box, just drag it over. Now I've got different shapes, different heights that I can actually start moving a shape around. Hold on to your hat. We've got something coming up. We drag this one over again, and now I've got 2 shapes. So essentially, if I want to start making my keyring, I can move it up and down, I can make it bigger, make it smaller. And now I've got 2 different shapes that are on my plane. So I can start actually putting some cool stuff on it, taking some stuff out. That's as easy as it gets. Obviously, complexity gets a little bit harder as we go on.
What's one of the coolest things you printed in your workshop?
What are the odds? I've got one just here. What are the odds? Anyway, at STEMPunks, we make sure that we use a lot of our STEM things. So we've got maths with geometry, we've got engineering, technology, and obviously science. We use it when we're talking about flight with our drones. So if you can have a look at it, students definitely your age built this in 4 sessions. We got them flying this one around, and that is quick. That is absolutely rapid, that drone. It's good fun, and it's really good fun to build as well. But that's 3D printed, just like this on this very machine.
Thank you. That's awesome. So, Damien, we know about 3D printing now. What about 3D printing in the future?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm hoping it might turn into what can't we print in the future? Return service. So I think that we'll be able to 3D print food. We can do that now. What about our bones, organs, ligaments, hopefully, anything to do with hospitals. Hopefully the one day when we go down to my mechanic, we can just give him that bit of that tool that's broken and say, you just put that in. So I think they're going to become household bits of equipment. I think we're going to be able to print pretty much, I'm hoping, pretty much anything. Even people are 3D printing houses.
Damien, you take this printer all over Asia. What do the kids get out of it?
Oh, look, I think what the students like getting out of our STEMPunks programs is really becoming an innovative thinker. Getting this creativity that starts to create programs and solutions to things that we've never even thought of. So that's what I like seeing. And for me, it's seeing different products, seeing our students becoming really entrepreneurial thinkers, and by utilising 3D printers to start developing their own prototypes. Now that's rad. So that's what I enjoy seeing. I like seeing the students evolve into these cool little brainstormers. It's great. So that's what I recommend these are for. So it's a lot of fun. So quick answer is creativity.
That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Leo and I love 3D printing. It's not like a normal printer that does flat. It can go 3D and almost do anything 3D. And yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, because you wouldn't see one of these every day.
The world of 3D printing sure does sound exciting. Check it out, I made my own key rings. See you later.
We want you to be a part of Juice TV. We're always on the lookout for hosts, interviewers, behind-the-scenes helpers, and mini-producers. You can be any age, you don't have to have any experience. How much easier could it be? To find out the next time we're filming at the hospital, just head to our website, juicedtv.com.au, or our Facebook page. For loads of fun to break up your stay in hospital, join the Juice crew. Send us an email at hello@juicetv.com.au, or speak to any of the volunteers wearing green shirts throughout the hospital and let them know you want to be involved in the one and only Juice TV.
Every day, kids just like you and me are cared for in hospital by some amazing superheroes. And now GTV are inviting our patients and families to recognise your favourite hospital superhero at the Queensland Children's Hospital. Visit gtv.com.au, fill out a superhero nomination form with an adult's help, telling us in 150 words or less why they're your superhero. Round 4 is open from September 2nd. So what are you waiting for? Get your superhero nomination in now. Juice TV Superhero Awards, proudly supported by Q Super.
Q Super is different in a positive way. As Queensland's largest superannuation fund and one of the largest in Australia, they take real action to support the well-being of patients and workers in Queensland's healthcare sector. Q Super are passionate about recognising the superheroes in our community and support the work they do in providing emergency and primary healthcare services for our members and all Queenslanders.
3D printing is so cool. If I could print anything, I would print it now. This is enough silly business. We got more stories for you. The last story today is Dr. Karl. He'll be answering all your scientific questions.
Hi, my name is Max. When it comes to big questions, most people turn to Google or Siri. Me, I've got Karl. Karl, why do farts smell?
Because of chemicals with interesting names like putrescine, cadaverine, which means dead body, and worse.
See, everyone needs one. Unfortunately, there's only one, Dr. Karl.
Hi, Dr. Max. That's very kind of you.
You'll find Dr. Karl on radio, TV, online and in books. And he's in town for the World Science Festival, Brisbane. Doing what he does best, getting excited about science and answering questions that are thrown his way. Let's not keep him waiting. What got you into science, Dr. Karl?
Having a sense of curiosity. So somebody, when I was a kid, gave me for a birthday present a book on astronomy. And I thought, gee, Australia's big. We live on a planet. Oh my God, I didn't know that. And there's other planets in our solar system. I didn't know that. And then there's 300,000 million stars in our galaxy. I had no idea of that. And now we know there's roughly 1.6 planets per star. And there's 300,000 million galaxies. So there's a huge number of planets out there. So there's just this sense of awe and wonder about the world outside us. So you look up to the stars and you look down and suddenly you realise there's so much to know. So I've always got this sense of curiosity about the whole world.
I guess I'm pretty curious, but I don't think I could be smart to be a scientist, I guess.
You don't have to be. The average IQ is 100, and so you've got a bell-shaped curve, and you've got 85% of the population you've got 2/3 of the population between 85 and 115. Nobel Prize winners are just outside that. Me, I'm inside that. So my IQ is 110, and I'm in there with 2/3 of the population. So 2/3 of the population are between 85 and 115, the average is 100, and the average IQ of Nobel Prize winners is 120.
Wow.
You don't have to be extra smart. You just have to be able to concentrate and ask the right question.
So you need to be patient.
Yeah, that helps.
And curious.
Curious is a big one, and then you've got to be able to just apply the time and the concentration to whatever you're looking for. So don't give up after 1 minute. Although it's good sometimes to think about it, go away, come back, that sort of thing.
I've heard about this scientist. I can't remember his name, but he made the light bulb.
Edison was one of the people, and Swan was the other guy.
Yeah, he said, my science teacher told me this, he said, I did not make a light bulb 999 times. I found 999 ways to not make a light bulb.
And the last one worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you just keep on trying different things, and eventually you get something.
I'm not the only one with questions, and since there is only one Dr. Karl, I'm happy to share to get some answers.
Hi, I'm Madeline. Do you believe in UFOs and aliens?
Do I believe in UFOs? There's two separate kind of operating systems for the human brain for how it survives in the world around us. And one of them is that you believe in stuff with no proof, and the other one is that you need proof and you don't do any believing. So science needs proof. The amount of proof for UFOs is 0 in terms of aliens. There are lots of things that we don't understand. There's no way that we understand everything. So from time to time, we do see objects in the sky and we don't understand what's going on. But then as we apply our knowledge, gradually we work out what they are. But do we have any proof that there are intelligent creatures from somewhere else in the universe visiting us? 0. We're moderately confident that we will find life in our solar system. We'll find bacteria on Mars, just underneath the surface where the water ice is hot enough to turn into liquid ice. I'm very sure that we'll find bacteria on Titan. By the way, we've got 0 proof so far. Titan is a big moon. It's the biggest moon in the solar system, and it goes around the ringed planet Saturn. And I'm fairly confident that we'll find fish on a moon of Saturn, the ringed planet called Enceladus.
And there's still more answers to discover. Keep asking questions and be curious. I'm Max. Carl, what's the best way to say goodbye?
Redundancy, words and pictures. So you say goodbye and you wave at the same time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There is fish on a moon spinning around Saturn. There is so much we don't know. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have left for science today on Juice TV. I'm going to take Dr. Karl's advice to say goodbye. Bye-bye. Next up is quick questions. I'm going to show you this.
Who on earth keeps doing that?
Good noise.
And even people are 3D printing houses.
Ooh.
That was awesome.
Remember guys, it's so easy to be a part of Juice TV. Whether you want to be a host, help us out behind the scenes with filming, or decide what goes into each episode. Let us know you want to be involved by sending an email to hello@juicetv.com.au or speak to one of the friendly volunteers throughout the hospital in the green shirts. Also head to our website and Facebook page for all the updates about what we're filming at the hospital.